A customer emails, "I never got my refund and I expected it 3 weeks ago." Think about what it takes to answer that. Look up the order, check the refund status in Stripe, read the policy, maybe ping the billing team. Then write the reply. A single language model call can do exactly none of that. It can only produce text. It can't look anything up, and it can't touch the world. And that gap is the whole reason agents exist. An agent in the software sense is a program that perceives its environment and acts on it. So an agent is a language model that can also do something with its text. Call a function, look something up, write a file, ask a human, and then continue with the result. Here's the surprising part. The entire structural change is one small loop. Once you see it, every agent on Earth stops being mysterious. The loop is 4 steps. The model gets a prompt. It responds with either a final answer or a tool call. If it's a tool call, you run the tool, feed the result back in, and ask the model again. You repeat until it produces a final answer. That's it. That's the whole shape. Everything else, the frameworks, the patterns, the observability, is just managing that loop well. Now, Anthropic's building effective agents draws a line that's become the standard vocabulary, and it's worth getting exactly right. A workflow is when language models and tools run through predefined code paths. You decide the steps in advance. The model just fills in the blanks. Predictable, cheap, easy to debug. An agent is when the model dynamically directs its own process. It decides the next step from real feedback, flexible, but more expensive, harder to reason about, and it fails in more ways. And here's the thesis that saves teams real pain. Start with the simplest thing that works. A single prompt beats a workflow. A workflow beats an agent. You reach for full agentic autonomy only when the task genuinely needs unbounded steps and the model has to decide what's next from feedback. So when do you actually need one? Not when the task is pure transformation, summarize, translate, classify. A single call wins there. You need the loop when the model needs current information or has to compute something exactly or has to act in the world, or when each step depends on what the last step found. Picture debugging a failing build. You read the logs and what you read decides what you inspect next. You can't write those steps down in advance. That's an agent. Now let me kill the biggest misconception head on. An agent is not just a longer prompt. An agent is a software architecture. The model is one component, the loop, the tool dispatch, the context management, the stop conditions, those are the rest, and they're most of the work. In fact, here's what surprises people most. An agent is mostly plumbing. The language model is a small part of it. Look at the code and the loop is almost boring. While not done, call the model. If it asks for a tool, run it, append the result, go again. Otherwise, return the answer. And the honest hard part isn't building that loop, it's evaluating it. A single call has one input and one output. An agent has a loop, side effects, and non-deterministic middle states. You'll also fight latency and cost because 3 to 10 model calls per run is normal and you multiply that by every user. But hold on to the core. The model can't act, so it asks. You act and report back. That tiny loop is the foundation under every AI agent ever built.